The FIVB World Grand Champions Cup is up and running in Japan. The planet's top 6 teams are going head-to-head over 5 days of action-packed volleyball to decide the winner. And up next, it's the USA taking on Iran in this magnificent Nippon Gaeshi Hall. All the action to come here in Nagoya. Hello and welcome wherever you may be watching from in the world, and those of you perhaps just getting up and tuning in to a bit of volleyball. You've already missed one match and it was an absolute epic as Brazil took on Italy, a rerun of the Olympic final from Rio 2016. And I'm not going to tell you the result, but it's definitely worth a watch after this one. Right now, though, all attention focused on these two teams as the USA and Iran get ready to go against each other. Iran currently sitting in 4th place. This is a round-robin tournament where the teams will play 5 matches over 6 days. 2 matches here in Nagoya, then it's a change-up day. Everybody up sticks and we move to Osaka for the last 3 days of competition. Both teams won their opening matches. For the USA, in your picture with Mr. Anderson, they beat Japan 3-0, 21-25, 25-21, 25-18, 25-13. And for Iran, they got past Italy by 3 sets to 2, 25-19, 23-25, 26-28, 31-29, and 15-11 in the deciding set. For the USA, Mika Christensen started in match 1, but one player who didn't play was Taylor Sander, number 3. It was Thomas Jeschke who was the main outside hitter along with Aaron Russell, and the main opposite man for Iran in your picture, number 10, Amir Ghafour, the opposite player. 21 points he scored. And Ebadipour, number 2, had 20 points, those two leading the way for Iran. For the USA, Matt Anderson had 13, and then he was closely followed by Thomas Jeschke with 11 and Aaron Russell with 10. And add in Maxwell Holt with 9. There's a good spread by Mika Christensen. And that man is definitely the key to unlocking any team. Maruf, the setter for Iran. There's a really good tussle between Maruf and Gianelli in the game between Iran and Italy. This is the United States team. Ben Patch, another opposite player, but he's been on the bench at the moment as Matt Anderson back into the squad gets the nod. So the team's out onto court, the flag bearers are in. It's time for the national anthems of both countries. We'll start with the USA, we'll finish with Iran.
Please stand for the national anthem of the United States of America. And now, the national anthem of Iran.
Plenty of Iranian supporters, plenty of USA supporters, and a Nippon Geishi Hall full of volleyball supporters. Players will be on court very shortly, but before then, we will meet the referees in charge of today's match. The first official from Serbia is Vladimir Simonovic.
The first referee from Serbia, Mr. Vladimir Simonovic.
And he will be ably assisted by Liu Jiang of China, the second official for today.
The second referee from China, Mr. Liu Jiang.
So it's time then for the teams to make their way out onto court. So starting with the USA. So a very different looking lineup for the US. And Taylor Sander going through the outside with Matt Anderson, and the opposite player is Ben Patch. Mika Christensen setting, and the two middles are number 4 Jendrik and number 17 Max Holt. Well, John Spurall said it's an opportunity for him to look at different lineups, and this certainly is a different lineup. No place for Aaron Russell on court for the USA. This is Iran's team, and this is how they're lining up. With Badipur through the outside, Faazi middle blocking, Maroof is setting, Gami through the outside, number 5, number 6 Musavi middle blocking, and number 10 Amir Ghafour in the opposite slot, the same 6 that started the match and game day 1. To Korlakovic has decided should be out on court. It's a big lineup for the USA. And Benjamin Patch, who's going to be playing some volleyball in Italy this season, wants to take up his career as a professional photographer as well. Taylor Sander getting his first start, didn't play at all against Japan. It's the USA in blue serving, it's Iran in red receiving. This is the second game from match day 2 of the FIVB World Grand Champions Cup here in Nagoya, Japan. And it's best of 5 sets match underway with the error from Taylor Sander. Matthew Anderson played as an opposite against Japan. He's swinging, hitting here for the USA against Iran. He plays for Zenit Kazan as a swing hitter for in Russia, so it's not as if he's unused to this position. He's unable to play through the opposite slot because Mikhailov plays there for the Russian international. That's a very nice side out by Taylor Sander, who's playing his volleyball in kata. As Maxwell Holt now gets ready from the serving line. Good up by Christensen. And Pat straight into the action with a lovely swing into the corner, which Ibadipur couldn't deal with. Massive serve from Holt. Well, USA just caught out by that slightly. Anderson not having his hands up and had to volley it. An unforced error from Iran, and the USA now lead 3-1. Nicely blocked out by Farah Gahimi. One thing that Iran were a little bit guilty of in their game against Italy was a little bit of afters through the net, a bit of staring, a little bit of a few vocals that were going on, and the first official put a stop to it pretty quickly, asserting his authority and stopping it from descending into anything worse. And the referee will be hot on that again today. Iran, a very good team, but when it's not going their way, they do use other means to try and stir things up a bit. Christensen with the serve. USA got themselves into a 2-0 lead, a 2-point lead, I should say. 4-2 the score. Nice up by Shoji. Clever from Maroof, getting that one off of Anderson and away. Jendrik, another player who wasn't involved against Japan. And it's all going well at the moment for the USA. That was a sweet set from Shoji. Looked like he was going to put it out in front of him. Just watch the way he continues to walk forward to make his set. Classic setting, going through the ball, even though he sets it behind him, and then Sander with his jack-in-the-box leap, getting it off the block and away. Foot fault from the USA. Another big swing. It's going to be that kind of match. One big hit after another after another. Amazing. Sander just picking his spot and putting that one away, and it's now a 3-point lead for the USA over Iran at the technical timeout. Badipur for Iran. Lovely pass from Anderson, and straight away the middle's running. And teams will want to go to the middle as often as possible because it is the most effective of plays. Not necessarily the simplest, certainly one that can get the job done off a good ball in, because it freezes the blockers, especially if your attackers are making their runs as they should, to pin them wide, keep them wide, so it can only ever be a one-on-one in the middle. And if you're attacking through the middle, you've got lots of space left and right, which is what makes the pipe attack effective, because it opens up the angles even further then to hit left and right past the block. Patch gets it off the block and away. Iran are challenging a foot fault. So it was Benjamin Patch. Oh, he's behind the line. So that'll be an incorrect challenge from Iran. Holt with the serve. Well left. That was you don't get much time to make a decision as to whether the ball's going to be in or out at this level. And Marandi made the right choice. Jeski with a decent ball in. It's Jendrik putting the ball away. It's a massive serve. Anderson not able to put away the overpass, and a nice touch by Christiansen. Oh, what a set. Looking for hands, not found. Well, they're going to challenge. Iran only have one left. Ghani still looking for touches, all of which is just wasting valuable seconds, because you get 8 seconds from the whistle to make a challenge. No point in looking around thinking, oh, did he, didn't he? either tell the coach, yeah, he definitely touched it so you can make a challenge, or get ready to receive serve. And I think he may have left it too late. Oh, it just got in time. So there will be a challenge as to whether or not there was a touch. You don't need to ask the other players. You don't need to be looking through the net, do you? But there's a challenge system, and you as the hitter have seen the ball go off the block and it's not given. Just look to your coach and say, challenge. Block touch. And that's why he was looking around. He just wasn't sure. It wasn't a touch. Anderson not making the fault. So now, Iran have 0 challenges left. And they've only got 8 points on the board. Whether or not we'll get a scenario where they desperately wish they could challenge, but won't be able to. Christensen for the US. Oh dear, miss hit from him. Well, Marouf's another setter of the kind that if he can go middle, he will. Understands the value of getting that quick attack away. Jendrik under pressure, even committing, still unable to get the ball. And Shoji can't keep it in play. It's a good pass. That was an incredible swing, and what firepower that the USA are able to deploy in terms of the back row attackers that they can have. Both Patch and Sander and Anderson all can hit the pipe, all can hit the 10, all can swing through 4. It's something that Sparrow has been developing with this team, with the likes of Sander and Russell as well as with Anderson. And not only that, as that one goes off a block and away, what you'll see during the course of, even during the course of a rally, if one player is out of position, then the other one goes and fills in and can go and hit the 10 or can go and hit the pipe. It does make them very difficult to defend against. Iran calling timeout, they're 5 behind. Well watched by Christensen. And a very nice play from Sander to bring USA to the second technical timeout, leading by 6. Marouf trying to go over on 2, but Christensen alive to that fact and keeping it off the floor. Big point for the USA. They lead by 6. Jendrik. Holt out to lunch as Iran go through the middle. Oh, that's a huge, huge block by Badipur. It looked as if Benjamin Patch was going to be able to put that one away one-on-one. Good hustle on both sides. Oh, Shoji just, even though he was deep on that baseline, that was a really good shot. And get it off the block, and Shoji desperately trying to get onto it. He was unlucky. So the 3 points from Iran, it's the USA calling a timeout. USA getting their transition working well.
Substitution by USA, number 14 out, number 7, Shoji in.
Kawika Shoji in to serve. USA not convinced, but it's Iran who take the point.
Substitution by USA, number 7 out, number 14 Patch in.
Good dig. That's way too close to the net. No, it isn't. That's a wonderful dig from, a wonderful set, I should say, from Maruf. And a net touch by the USA. So Iran now back to within 2. Brilliant dig. And it pays off. Hedari working hard for his team. Oh, incredible. I mean, Christensen, the only place he could go was there, but he made sure that it was as good a set as he could possibly make it, even though he's off on the run. And in fact, just brings it inside the 2 blockers as well. That's wonderful work and a great swing from Patch. Everybody scrambling. Holt can't find a way through. He does this time though, as that one sticks in Iran's block. Sander got in the way of it, didn't know much about it. Very nice pipe attack from Iran. But I think Sander just turned a little bit. Good work by Badipur.
Substitution by Iran. Number 3 out. Number 17.
Rezagara coming in to serve. Four players all moving towards the ball, providing an attacking threat. Very difficult for three blockers to deal with that. Gara back off. Holt with the serve. Anderson deals with the high wide ball by getting it off the block.
Timeout by Iran.
Iran call the timeout. Sander is just incredible, isn't he? He's got such a leap on him. Spike height 345, apparently. That's lower than Matt Anderson and lower than Aaron Russell. But when you see him up in the air like that, it doesn't look as if he's that low. He looks very high indeed. Matt Anderson with a 3m60 spike and Aaron Russell 356. And in fact, Clark Carson with a 365, and he's not even on court, as that one is put away very nicely by Iran. Touch. That'll be unforced error from Iran. When you see players' stats, and invariably they all come with a spike and block statistic, even for the Libros, when they can't even spike or block because they're not allowed. So Dustin Watton spikes at 306 and blocks at 295, and Eric Shoji spikes at 330 and blocks at 321. Brilliant. They're never going to do it. But I suppose it's nice to know. That one not finding its mark. With this, there's going to be a challenge from the USA. Invariably, these spike heights, particularly the spike heights, are done with a player running in, jumping up, putting his arm up into the air as high as he can to touch a tag that's on a pole. And his left arm, or his right arm, depending on which arm he is dominant, is just hanging down by his side. It's not really, and that one is miles long, it's not really a true picture of their spike height. It's actually a one-arm reach as opposed to a spike. One thing we're seeing with the ball tracking technology in the challenge system is we can get true stats of exactly how high these guys are hitting the ball. And as yet, no one's been up near the 360 mark. Maroof flinging that one all the way behind him to the right side of court. What a set that was. And Iran are able to save set point, get block out. And they won't even have to work for it. Unforced error from the serving line by Maroof. And USA take the first set 25-20. Statistics. The United States with their points coming from 19 attacks and then 6 errors by Iran. And in fact, Iran's points coming from 11 errors from the United States. I guess probably would be better if it said opponents' errors or op errors, just to make it a little bit clearer. But that was a lot of errors for the US to give away and still win the set relatively comfortably. Set 2 underway, Iran with the serve, USA leading 1-0. And no changes in personnel for the US. Patch just towing the line that time. So it'll be a foot fault and the point for Iran. Good lead by Sander. The USA think that was off the blocks. They're going to challenge the decision that was given to Iran.
The challenge by USA, block touch.
Team USA ブロックタッチに関するチャレンジです。
So
a successful challenge, as that one clearly off the hands of the Iranian blockers. Oh, big serve. That was a huge serve, and for some reason Ibadipur let it go right through. Oh, they're brilliant, absolutely brilliant, right in between Ibadipur and Marandi. No chance for either of them. That one's gone off of Anderson's hands. Now that last serve from Taylor Sander is as good as it can get when you can get the ball in the channels, in between the passes. Well, Anderson was tooled in that last play, and now he goes back and tools the block this time. Not quite deep enough still. Such is the power that these guys are putting off of the block and long. Your sixth player, Sander, on the baseline, probably could do with being a couple of feet back by the sign for Gerflaw. That's a great touch, but it won't be coming back. USA keeping their 2-point lead. Well, Iran running a 50, but it didn't work. Well, another point for the USA. Very nice, getting the block out off Maroof. Fine margins between success and failure. Christensen unhappy with the serve, but an aggressive error like that the coach will always take. Could have so easily have been an ace. Gaimi now with the serve. Oh, that's an ace serve for the USA. That's a brilliant serve. And again, fine margins. That one in. Christensen's was out, but it's an 8-4 lead now for the USA, the technical timeout, and they lead 1-0.
I know, but I got these down. All right, hey, keep going, forward. USA!
Not quite the same contact. It's funny, isn't it? The players try and replicate their serve. They have the same pre-serve routine, but then and the same body movements, but it's never quite the same. Maroof is getting tooled big time at the moment. He's got to shrug that off though as the setter for Iran and focus on delivering the ball to the right player to put it on the floor. Maroof now with the serve. That's a good touch. Free ball for the USA, 3 front court attackers plus the pipe. It's Patch who buries that one cross court. And Iran were out to lunch on that play. It was good effort. They made the USA go again. Unforced error from Iran, and USA's lead is growing. Iran called the timeout. There were many thinking that this was a match that could well go to 5 sets with the way Iran played against Italy, but the USA are having none of that at the moment. They lead by 1 and by 5 in this second set. Well, it had the right length. It was just wide of the court. Vanazad is in. Some blocking height at the net. An unforced error from the USA. Iran with 1 back. Oh, created a good angle cross court in Manavanjad. However, he wasn't able to get enough topspin on it to bring it down in time. USA's lead is getting bigger. Sander with the serve. However, he'll be happy with that one now. Dealt with the short roll serve, got up quickly and beats 3 blockers. Always happens that Marouf's holding his head because he's gone in, he knows what's happening, he was the quickest to react, but he wants someone else to play the ball to him. You watch him go in, and because he makes that move, no one else goes. Well, Anderson made a great block, but he touched the net in the process. In fact, it was off his hands and into the antenna. That's why he was upset. Christensen was watching that one like a hawk. That could have trickled over. Good up from Shoji. Lovely from Marouf. Nobody keying in onto the setter's touch. Watch Jendrik, number 4, hands are down. Your hands up and on your tiptoes, you might get a touch on that. Jendrik comes back with a very nice swing through the middle. And at the technical timeout, the USA leading by 5.
Everything, get it on him, just like that. That's a nice play. Line up okay, a pretty good neutral on 6. I guess you got to be inside 5. I don't think so. One, two, three.
Just shows that how good these teams are. That the serving weight that's coming is huge. The passers are putting the ball up high to the middle or somewhere high. It's not in the perfect position, and yet the setters, Marouf, Christensen, Gianelli, all these guys, Bruno, are then able to distribute the ball in such a way that the attacks become effective, either through the middle or a combination play. It's a joy to behold when you can see just how all the skills that these guys have got. And same in the women's game as well. It's just another level altogether with the top teams in the world. Maroof. Good covering by Shoji. Great pickup by Christensen. Oh, another brilliant pickup as well. Everybody's working really hard. Maroof tries to find the middle. Crafty set, not working that time. And it's a swing from Sander. Well, credit Maroof trying to find the middle in transition, but solid defense from the USA. And then Sander ripping it cross court. Benjamin Patch is out, Kuika Shoji's going in. That's an ace serve, is it? Oh, it looked to be in, right in that corner. Shoji's convinced it's in, there could be a challenge coming.
The challenge by USA. Ball in out.
Team USA ball in out に関するチャレンジです。
All eyes up on the big screen. Has Shoji got an ace or is he going off? Oh, he's got an ace! An ace by a millimetre! By the skin of the volleyball, he's staying on court. That was well watched. Combination play. Christensen getting hands on it. And Shoji making a good dig. And it's block out from Sander. Excellent play. The Shoji brothers working well in the back row. And 20 points to 13. Iran called the timeout. It's a big lead now for the USA.
Play like this, you can be just nervous, but okay, you can be better. You can better, but good. Why? One ball, you didn't defend and everything after that is so no.
That was nice to see from Igor Kolakovic. He's saying, hey guys, look, we can cut down on our errors, but actually we're playing some good volleyball. He doesn't want them to be upset, and he's right. Iran are playing some superb volleyball. They're having to sustain a level against the USA, and if they can cut down on some of their errors, then they're going to be back in the match. So Kuika Shoji's work is done. Benjamin Patch is back onto court. Badapur's serve. Very nice indeed. Running the A quick right over the outside blocker. Had no clue that was coming. It was all a little bit tucked up over there as well, especially with a couple of players on the floor, but enough room for Holt to put the ball away. Sander now with the serve. Oh, that's wonderful. The fact that ball's gone 20 meters up into the air, and then Maroof has set it as if it's just a perfect ball that he gets every day in the perfect spot for Iran to belt it cross court. And that ball hit at 3 meters 21. A more realistic example of spike heights at this level, not the ones that were written down on the piece of paper. That'll stay in play. Not for much longer though, as Christensen has a swing. Sander did well not to go across that centre line. And Christensen finished it off. Good touch from Patch. And Anderson, with 3 blockers in front of him, just rolls it off the hands. And the USA are now 2 points away from taking the second set. Very clever play from Mr. Anderson. It's one huge serve after another. That's a little too tight. USA saying they haven't touched it. They have touched it now, though. Jendrik puts it down. It's set point for the USA. Well, that's a great block out in a very difficult situation for Gafford. However, the situation isn't any easier for the team, as they're 7 points behind here. One side out required for the USA. And they've got it. As that one comes off the shoulder of Gafford. The USA take the set 25-17 and they lead Iran by 2 sets to nothing. Well, what match we've watched so far, here are the highlights. So here are the statistics from that set. USA with 1 block, getting 6 errors from Iran. And again, the United States making more errors in the set. 15 attack points, 3 aces. Pretty good day at the office for the US. They can cut down their errors. They'll feel even better about it. The last time these two teams met was in 2017 in the World League. USA did take that in straight sets. If the US do win this one, it'll be the first time they've posted back-to-back wins at the competition since 2005, when they lost their first game but won their last 4. That's just about the start that Iran want. They have the first point of the third set. It's a must-win set for them. Christensen, who is off and running, may well have just got to that. Pleased that it didn't come over. Very tidy side out from Iran. Amir with the serve. Plays for the Pekan club in Iran. Six members of the squad from that team. As Sander finds a way through on the pipe. Christensen for the US. And a bruising swing through the middle. So difficult to deal with, isn't it? You've got a middle blocker coming in who's showing one way, then is actually turning in the air that time. Was Musavi to hit that one away. Middle blockers in that situation of a one-on-one. You kind of take away the power, but if you've got a decent middle blocker who can turn, it makes it so difficult to deal with. Serve from Anderson. Iran expecting a really big, tough serve going deep, and he's just kept his body position, his rhythm. Everything was the same, and he just took it off the pace off the ball as he attacked it. 73 kilometers an hour, and that's the difference. And suddenly, from taking a not the best position, he can't get forward to go after the ball. Went a little bit too wide. And that left a gap. Jendrik trying to get hands on it, but it's Iran who have the side out. Saeed will go off and have a little think about that serve. Vanajad has done very well since coming in. He's kept his place on court. And he's put this pipe attack away. Well watched by Holt. And a one-on-one through the outside because the middle had to commit because Holt came in, pinning that middle, job done. And then straight away, you're not going to stop Sander one-on-one in that situation. But really good work from Holt to pin the middle after he'd made the pass. Well left. That's an incredible swing from Benjamin Patch. You can see why John Sporor is talking about at the start of this tournament. Has the opportunity to look at rotations, to look at options, and this is a pretty good one he's got with Benjamin Patch's opposite and Matthew Anderson going through the outside. Just wonder whether or not he might think about putting Aaron Russell through the middle, along with Holt. That would be something, wouldn't it? You'd have so many ball players on the court. So hit the technical timeout. USA 8-7 up. The reason I say that about Aaron Russell, he's 2 meters and 5 tall. He's as tall as most middle blockers, but with all the skill set of a swing hitter. I guess the area where he would struggle in would be in his blocking and being able to get out wide to go from. That's quite a specialised thing to be able to do, to read the situation and move. The USA fans very happy with what they're seeing. In fact, they've just seen themselves on the big screen as well. Holt with the serve. Roof is off and running with his running spikes on. And he's done a brilliant job of putting that into a hittable position for Iran. It's over the top as well. Lovely spike. Jendrik, brilliant from him as he lets that ball come towards him and then turns it down towards the line. Jendrik is shown as still being at Loyola University in the States. He's got a bright future in front of him in pro volleyball. Oh, that was audacious from Maroof. But it's now free ball for the USA. Christensen coming around the outside. And Jendrik putting it down through the middle. That's nice work from Christensen. He knew that the boys were going to be backing off. He just made sure he got out of the way. And then he could get in and set Jendrik away on a free swing through the middle. Oh, brilliant from the roof. We had Jendrik jumping like a puppet on a string that time. Anderson goes back to the serving line now for the US. Sander into the front row with Jendrik and Patch. Massive serve again from the USA. It's that serve that's in between two players. It's so difficult to deal with. If it's right at you, you've got a chance, but when it's in between a couple of you, who's going to take it, who's going to play it? And those fractions of a second are the difference in the decision making. Anderson once again. Well, they're going to challenge that. That was just incredible serve. And the Iranian players didn't even move. If that's in, that's going to be one of the aces of the tournament so far. Absolutely no chance of playing it. Iran's only hope is that it didn't find its mark. It is the perfect jump serve. You talk about a 1 in 10 serve. I think you see that one is more like a 1 in 50. And Iran shouldn't be worried about it. There's nothing you can do about it. And the chances of him doing it again are pretty slim. Although he's on a hat-trick of aces now. It's a good pass. And a lovely side out from Iran. And they have the ball back. Mahdi Marandi, the libero, number 19 for Iran, the passing specialist, did exceptionally well. And again, Iran working very hard. Getting that ball back into transition for them, transitioning from their block defense and now into attack. Pat trying to crunch that one. Pinballing around, another chance for Iran. Good up by Christensen. Sander was only looking for that. He jumped, he waited, saw the block, and then went block out. Smart swing from Taylor Sander, and a lovely pickup from Christensen off the miss-hit from Iran. Block touch, but also more importantly, as far as the USA are concerned, it's a net touch by Iran. Marouf's getting a little bit frustrated now. So change for Iran. Saman Faizi goes out and in comes Golami. Golami coming in as a middle blocker. Ibadipur does well to get that off the block and out. He was really the only option, plus the ball behind. But as Maroof was front court, it's going to be a 10 attack. Very rarely you'll see a setter go to a player just come on court unless he absolutely has to. Especially as it wasn't a good ball in for Iran. Maroof makes a good dig. Oh, that's well played. Unfortunately, though, having to use the back of the hand and the flipper not working. And at the technical timeout, the USA leading by 4 points and by 2 sets to nothing.
Next point to be quality.
Well, that's an interesting concept, isn't it? What about if we got rid of timeouts altogether? Fans have come to watch volleyball. And it's a very good point that's being made by At Home on the Court. Fans have come to watch the volleyball. You want to watch the volleyball. Do we really want to watch people stood around? It is nice if you can understand what the coaches are saying, get a little bit of information, but they're there on the sideline the whole time, aren't they? They can talk to the players during the course of the game. They can talk to the substitutes. They're going to bring them in. Interesting. Certainly food for thought, something to talk about. Nice work from the Badipur. So far, so good, though, for the USA as Koei Khashoggi goes off and Patch comes back in. This lineup for the USA is working well. They're feeling confident. Certainly looking confident. And Patch is in his element from the back row. That's a big hit from Patch. Good up. And for once, a rare mistake from Benjamin Patch. That one appeared to come more off of the forearm than his hand. The 1 foot Yahoo, no good that time. So Patch with 2 errors in a row. Spirall, for once, he's got up off his chair. He's been sat down for most of the game, which is unlike him, but he's been very busy with his notes and bits of paper. Perhaps looking at rotations and other things that are going on, looking at how well the team progressing with the stats he'll be provided with. The coaching staff, the tech team that supports the players and the coaches on court. And with 1 behind now, there could well be a timeout coming from Spirall. Very nice block from Iran, and indeed it is timeout called by the US. Golami with the serve. Good reach from Holt. The USA heading towards victory here, but Iran are giving a good account of themselves, making this set pretty tricky. One thing that the US can rely on is that their serving has been superb, but then you've got Maroof with some incredible setting, keeping Iran in this match. It was like a nonchalant just flick from Maroof. He was running the wrong way, and got that ball all the way over to the other side of court. Anderson saw it off the block, and he points straight to John Speror, his coach, and says we'll have a challenge on that one. It was hit very quickly. The lines judges spotting it or seeing it come off of the hands. Well, it's not touched anybody.
The challenge was unsuccessful.
All square then in this third set. Both teams have used a timeout each. It's USA looking to side out for the lead, or they're given it. Christensen with the serve for the US. Massive front row. And it's a massive serve from Christensen. And there's a little look back to the subs bench, who are all screaming and shouting. And all enjoying this serve. Well, it's getting interesting. It's getting difficult for Iran now. Iran then getting their side out. They're back to within one. The USA put themselves in a very good position if their side out game can hold up. Iran will want to get off this serve as quickly as possible. Oh, they've done it, and it's still thanks in no small part to Morandi, the libero for Iran, putting an excellent ball in. It's off the hands and away, so Iran doing brilliantly. They've levelled it up. The USA have to keep their focus. It's a super pickup. No double touch. And then that's off the hands and away from Gafour. Kara not making the USA have to play the point. Kara goes back off, Saeed comes in. It'll be Jendrik to serve for the USA. Maroof once again getting the middle working. Oh, it's an unforced error from Taylor Sander, and Iran now have taken control of this set. Timeout called by the US. Well, it's catching. Nobody can seem to put a ball in at the moment for Iran. You wouldn't have put money on Maroof missing a serve. Because it was back off the head of the attacker. That's not going to be an angle that'll come back. But it's played. I thought that had to come straight back over. That's amazing from Iran, because they still had another contact. Oh, what a way to put that ball all the way out to 4. Set point now for Iran. Set point saved emphatically by Matthew Anderson. Holt getting the middle to commit. That opened the space for Anderson to go into. Sander with the serve for the USA. And Sander was too far into court at 6. Second set point for Iran. Maroof makes an excellent dig. Ooh, stays in play. Iran go again. No, goodness me, how did they miss that? That was there. The set was there for the taking. Ibadapour eyes would have been lighting up as that ball came to him with no block whatsoever in front of him. The unforced error, the set is saved, and now Holt from the serving line for the USA. This time, Volleyball puts it away. He's still thinking about the last time. Set point number 3 for Iran. There's a blocking substitution of sorts. Salafsoon is also a setter, but he is 2 meters tall. Maruf just 189. Christensen snatches at it. USA with some blocking to do. And what a swing that is from Iran. There's no challenge coming. Iran take the set 27-25. Game very much on here in Nagoya. USA leading 2-1. Well, just when you thought it was going to be 3-0, Iran have done extremely well to get themselves back into this match by taking that last set 27-25. Actually made more errors, didn't they? They made USA made 7 errors. Iran with 19 attacks plus that block. It's a fantastic venue here in the Nippon Keishi Hall, affording great views of centre court, the only court. There's 2 full-size warm-up courts, all with the girth floor down, just across the way as part of this complex on a nice sprung wooden floor. So both teams get to warm up at the same time. Set number 4 then is underway. It's Iran with the serve, USA looking for side out, USA leading 2-1. Oh, there's shouts of out, out, out. Sander wasn't sure. It's out now, though, as it goes off the block and away. Sander will go back and serve. And he's had an excellent game for Iran in serve-receive. And he's had to. Serve-receive pressure's been immense from the US. Good covering by Sander. Lovely by Maroof. But it's all to no avail. He can't get the second one. And it's the USA who take the point. Seen a few pancakes during the course of the tournament. Never seen one quite like that. Work from Gendrick. Gendrick keeping his place on court. David Smith, the captain, has not had a look in just yet. That's interesting as well, isn't it, that the liberos for the USA, Shoji in all the time, Dustin Watton with just watching duties at the moment. He's yet to come on court, the other libero for the USA. But like all good substitutes, keeping himself very busy and active, ready for that moment when John Sproul says, right, son, on you go. A serve. Patch is never going to want to pass the ball. It always has to be Sander. We just wonder whether or not that movement from Patch, yes, indeed. Kind of Patch is in and not in, helping out but not helping. Brilliant from Iran. They move 2 ahead. Patch just tried to bury that one. And the block denying him. This time, Patch gets the blockade off Maroof. Wonder if it's more of a hindrance than a help having Benjamin Patch in on that last rotation where he was. You're better off just getting him up out of the way at the net. The passing skills of Anderson and Shoji and Sander are good enough. Well, that's another massive hit from Iran. Before giving that his all. Saeed. Well left by Shoji. Although Iran want to have another look at that.
The challenge by Iran, ball in out.
Team Iran, ball in out of the challenge.
It'll be a big swing, 7-4 if it's successful. However, it
The
isn't.
challenge was unsuccessful.
Oh, nice serve from Jendrik. Good reactions by Patch. Although nobody reacting quickly enough to that as Maruf facing the net just calmly volleys it over. Maruf with the serve. That's off the block and away. Manavinajad gets that ball down. Iran leading by 1. And they seem to have really found a groove and some rhythm now in this match, Iran. They're enjoying and relishing this game of volleyball. Oh, brilliant. Good touch from Shoji. Oh, an excellent pickup by Christensen. Free ball back, though, for Iran. The USA really fighting hard, and a clever play from Holt just to guide that over the block. Well, that should have been Iran's point, shouldn't it, in any other day? But a superb effort from the US in dealing with the overpass. And then Maxwell Holt getting it past and down in front of Hidari. Iran have their side out. Maruf just makes it look so easy every time he sets the ball. Well, I was wondering about that. There's a substitution coming. Sander with some errors towards the end of the last set. Errors now in this set. And John Spurall says, OK, well, let's bring Aaron Russell in. Good covering by Shoji. And a clever swing from Anderson. caught by Patch. Well, USA have the side out, but it's Iran who seem to have the measure of this set at the moment. And for once, it's an error from Iran in the form of Amir Ghafour. He's been exceptional during the course of this match. He's been the one player really has been difficult for the USA to stop. Oh, good play from Russell. Oh dear, oh well. Lack of communication, unfortunately no one's injured, that's the main thing. Russell making a good dig off of the bad pass, but then two players going for a swing. That could have been nasty. USA call the timeout. Anderson picking up the pieces, getting that one away. And not go back to the serving line. Iran pleased to see that one go long. And so too the USA off that swing from Iran from the serving line. Oh, awesome defending, great hustle from the USA, but it's still Iran knocking on the door and taking the point as they burst through. Russell was off and walking, even though Iran were chasing after that one. He knew it wasn't coming back. Well, this is, you get the feeling, a pivotal few points coming up here. USA chasing, Iran still in the lead. And it's Iran who head into the second technical timeout with a 2-point advantage. It's looking good for Iran at the moment in this set. Despite the USA's dominance in the first two, Iran have come bouncing back to take that last set, 27-25. The USA something to think about here in this set as well. USA trailing by a point. Russell back for his first serve of the match. Unforced error from Iran, and the USA could have found themselves then 3 points back. It'll be Holt. It's only going to take one player for the USA, possibly even for Iran, to decide which way this set goes, particularly from the serving line. So the USA certainly have tougher jump servers, but Iran dealing with them brilliantly. And another side out. There's Maroof all the way over by the referee, flings that behind him, makes it look, again, just so easy. We can afford to put it away. That's just almost a perfect set, isn't it? Lovely swing from Benjamin Patch. Tell you what, there might be a suspicion that he towed the 3-metre line with that, because he was back row. He's now into the front. No one spotted it, no one's challenged it. I'm going to say it is serving, still one back. And in the moment, Iran are siding out with impunity, aren't they? They're making it as if it's just an everyday occurrence, nothing's bothering them. Good ball in. 3 meters 22, that one hit. More realistic spike heights than what we see in the stats. Jeschke is in, Patch has gone out. Jeschke straight into the action. But Iran running the middle side, putting it down. It's getting better and better for Iran here, and it's looking more and more likely we're going to go to a deciding 5th set. Audible call of short, and that just goes to show you the amount of communication that goes on the court is incredible. You have to communicate well. It's not a game you can play where no one says anything to each other. So an error from Iran, but they are going to challenge this. Did it come off the block? The USA are all setting up ready for service. Mr. Anderson ready on the baseline to do his trademark wander off and drag his foot over that baseline as he goes out to go and get the ball. Will he be doing that just yet? Or will he have to wait? Oh, it's touched. It's caught Jendrik as it's gone by. So Mr. Anderson will have to wait. Massive block for Iran. There's Christensen forcing that ball out to Russell, who wasn't quite ready for it. This is a big lead now for Iran. 4 up, 3 needed. Saeed will come back in. Shoji's going to come on to serve for Jendrik. Just about wraps things up really in this set. Shoji going off. It'll be Maroof with the serve. Iran just needing 2 more points to wrap up this set and take the match into a decider. Russell getting the side out. Jeski going back to the serving line. It's going to be pretty much now or never for the USA. They need at least 2 here, don't they? Ideally 3. And, well, in the ideal scenario, 5. They might have 1, at least an opportunity for it. And Anderson with a rare mistake, and it is set point now for Iran. One side out for Iran, 3 chances. Russell back to the serving line for the USA. And it's a big swing. Ghafour puts it down. Iran take the set 25-21, level the match at 2-all. So we're heading into a decider. The first to get to 15 will win this match, and it's another 5-set match that Iran are involved in. They're involved in one against Italy on day 1. They're involved in it again now, this time against the USA on day 2. Interesting to see who John Spurall puts out on court for this deciding set. Whether or not Sander will come back in. But a very entertaining match. Let's have a look at the highlights. So here are the stats from that set. An ace apiece. USA with 14 points in attacks, but they gave Iran 11 points in errors. So the players are out onto court ready for this deciding set. Taylor Sander back in to the action, but also on is Aaron Russell. And the USA have reverted what looks to be back to type here, with Anderson going into the opposite slot, Russell and Sander through the outside. Away we go with the 5th set. USA with the serve. Iran on side-out duty. It's amazing, isn't it, that despite the fact that Marandi's had an exceptional game liberaing, the USA have still kept serving on him, either by design or not. And Iran side out. Lovely, absolutely brilliant from Iran. Everything seems to be going their way, doesn't it? The last couple of sets, and now even in this one. Over the top of the block. That's a massive swing by Manavanajad. Maroof couldn't stop that one though from Matthew Anderson. It's Russell to serve. Oh, good lead. Did well to get out of the way of that one. Ibadipur. Holt fires through the middle. On the balance of play, it's Iran who are making the game look like it could well be going their way, especially as they've won the last 2 sets. All that momentum coming into this one. They're leading at the moment. If they side out, that'll be a 2-point lead. And that's off the block in a way. Russell left it, thought it was going out. Perhaps he didn't see the block touch. Sander gets the side out. Maroof again finding the middle. Seems to be able to find all of his players with ease. Very difficult to tell where he's going to go until the ball's left his hands. It was a game in which the USA were cruising 2-0 up. Iran were close to doing anything. 25-20, 25-17, that's as comfortable as you're going to get really at this level. But just what a turnaround from Iran. 27-25 and then 25-21. The psychology of the US team seems to change very quickly. And Iran keep on scoring points, and they are keeping the USA at bay in this deciding set. Look at the body language, very different from how it was in the first 2. Ibadipur and co, all smiles, enjoying what they're doing, finding a good flow to their game. It's a very different looking USA team. Russell finding a good block touch. Jendrik it is from the serving line. And an unforced error from Iran. That now makes things very interesting. All square. That's another error. Well, they're saying let touch or block touch. What are they going to call? Well, they're going to call anything. There is a challenge coming. Not too sure what it is though, whether it's for block touch or net touch. We're looking at net touch. Again, net's going up and down due to another element in the rally where the ball had caught it or something had happened. But you see that, and you just see the net going up and down after, because you hadn't noticed it during the rally, after the points finished, and think, oh, it must be a net touch. This time, that ball goes down. Ibadipur makes sure of that. Ibadipur plays for Shahadari Urmia in Iran. So too does Maroof. The only two from that club representing Iran. That's why they have a pretty good link to each other. And Holt has hit that one too steep. So the team's change ends. It's Iran leading 8-7. That looked like a foot fault. I think there's going to be a challenge from the USA straight away. That looked like a foot fault. John Sparrow thinks it's a foot fault. USA now hoping it is a foot fault because that was a massive serve.
The challenge by USA, foot hold.
Team USA フットフォルトに関するチャレンジです。
Whoa, there wasn't one. Goodness me. And it is a massive ace serve for Iran. USA calling the timeout.
Probably going to try and put a dagger in it, make sure we're protected. Ball not so close. Read. Ball not so close.
Oh, Russell banks it. but he's missed the sideline. Well, the errors are really mounting up and they're proving to be very costly. And another timeout called by the USA. Bad deport. Well, he just seemed to take too long. John Spurrell doesn't have any more timeouts. He has to rely now on his players trying to turn this around. Or rather, turning it around. You either do or you don't. Everybody tries. Quick arm from Holt to put that one down. So Gara goes off, Bazi in to be replaced by Mirandi Russell. Well, there's a chance here for the US. Nice dig by Maroof. Oh, good pick up, but it won't. Oh, it does stay in play. It doesn't anymore, though. And Iran and the subs are getting closer to victory. What a set. What a set from Maroof. Maroof goes out. Salafzoon comes in. Nice from Christensen. Saeed wasn't paying attention. Maroof will come back on. Another side out for Iran, another point closer to victory. The fans are starting to celebrate. Hendrick puts it down, but it's really now or never this time for the USA. They have to make something happen from the serving line here. It's going to be almost impossible to do it if Iran side this out. Bit of pressure on Christensen. Sander off the block and away. 1 point back. Iran still have 2 timeouts, so they're going to use one of them now.
Now we have someone. Very good line for the attack. Gracias, Said.
Christensen readies himself again. Another important serve. And he's put way too much on it. You can hear all that shouting and screaming. It's not from the fans, it's from the Iranian substitutes every time USA go up to serve a ball. Sort of thing you get at amateur volleyball. Amy's coming in. It's match point now for Iran. Oh, that's a good scramble. There's going to be a swing here for Iran for the match. Kept in play by the USA. Oh, brilliant dig. Ibadipur, he's done it! The ball is put down. Iran have taken the match by 3 sets to 2. What a comeback from them. What a victory. 15-12 in the decider. An amazing game of volleyball. Iran coming back from 2 sets to love down. And it's their second 3-2 victory. Well, this is how it was done. Ibadipur with the swing and then the celebration. And they're still celebrating. Well, it just wasn't to be for the USA in the end. Despite their best efforts, they were looking very comfortable in the first 2 sets. But just let it slip. Concentration levels, error levels, whatever you want to say. It's Iran who stuck at it, kept going, didn't give up, didn't give in, and have the victory. I think they're going to be celebrating for a while to come yet. It's never a good place to be when you've lost, thinking about what's happened and what you could have done, what maybe you should have done. But you just have to get on with it, get on with the next game, think about what's to come. Try and learn a lesson, or if there are any to be learned. And we can go down to centre court shortly. We're going to be able to hear from Igor Kolakovic, the head coach.
Igor, it must feel like winning a championship almost.
Oh yeah. Well, today we played. I think two parts of this game was completely different. And the first part was very good for the side of the USA, and the other part for us. But yesterday I promised in the press conference that we try to make one more surprise here, and we did that today. I'm so happy for that.
So can we expect 3 more surprises?
No, I don't know. We have a new opportunity for, against Brazil. We'll see. We'll fight.
Okay, good luck. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, a fantastic result for Iran. They'll be absolutely delighted with that. They have 2 victories from 2 matches. That puts them there or thereabouts, and certainly contenders for the FIVB World Grand Champions Cup this time around. It was an excellent match, full of ups and downs. Here are the highlights. Iran then providing another upset. As far as they're concerned, that's the tale of the match from the set 5. USA making too many errors. It cost them big in the end. Well, so 2 games down. We have 1 more game to go. There's the stats from the match overall. Coming up very shortly, we will have France versus Japan. It'll be a capacity crowd here. It's starting to fill up already. We hope you've enjoyed the volleyball. There is 1 more game to come. We hope you can join us for that. But for all of us, for now, from the Nippon Geishi Hall, we're going to say goodbye.